what other types of applications that on the edge of the grid where you feel that your machine could be helpful?
Well, there's an awful lot, but just to touch on a couple of projects that we're actively involved in right now. So here in a couple of weeks, we're going to be putting one of our units in a shipping container to be shipped to the island of Fiji, where we're going to be participating in a zero emissions generator program in Fiji. So this is a 6-month pilot to measure the efficacy of our wind turbines as an alternative to the diesel generators for powering those islands. Couldn't be more excited about this project because from the onset here, providing power to island nations has been one of the key markets that we've always looked at. There's a number of reasons why this makes sense, and so close to 10% of the world's population live on islands, the vast majority of which are disconnected from utility power grids, meaning they're generating their power locally, which most of them are using diesel generators. And again, you've got the environmental issues of running diesel generators, but then you've got the fuel supply issues, which aren't always great. And then when you think about islands, they are disproportionate contributors to climate change, and they're disproportionately affected by climate change. Meaning, when they get all their power from inefficient diesel generators that are belching a lot of CO2 into the atmosphere, one, that's impacting climate change, but two, as sea levels rise, and you're talking about small islands, well, those islands tend to disappear as the sea level goes up. So that's why I say they're disproportionately contributing and affected by climate change. So that's going to be a great project. Another project that we're actively involved with, we have a contract with the California Energy Commission called MORBUGs, Mobile Renewable Backup Generators. And so here in the state of California, we've got a fairly recent new policy. It's called Public Safety Power Shutoff, PSPS. And this is a policy that was put in place because we've had a number of significant wildfires in the state of California that have been caused by the utility power grid. So there's been high wind Santa Ana weather conditions that have toppled over power lines that have fallen into dry brush, sparked that dry brush, and caused fires. This literally bankrupted Pacific Gas and Electric. It nearly bankrupted San Diego Gas and Electric. So this is a big issue, and the utility power companies have decided that if there is a weather condition that poses this threat to creating another wildfire, they're not going to take the risk. They're going to proactively turn off the grid in advance. And so this MORBUGs contract that we got was all about vetting new technologies that would be alternatives to diesel generators for that emergency response. Because all of the utilities throughout the state now are legally mandated to be prepared for these future emergencies with technologies like our Uprise mobile power station. So we're near the end of this contract. We're doing demonstrations throughout the state of California in simulated emergencies, many of which are happening at some of our military bases, but in communities, military bases, throughout the state. And I'm pleased to say that the Energy Commission has been so pleased with our technology and working with us that we are putting together our next contract as a follow-on to this one. So those are just a couple of projects that we're actively involved with. We have agriculture businesses that are customers of ours. We're working with a multinational agriculture company that has a clean energy initiative that they have to transition to at least 50% clean energy, and our wind system is going to be a critical provider for that transition. So there's an awful lot of applications for this product. We get inquiries literally from around the world on a daily basis about from various markets and territories all around the world wanting to know how they can get their hands on our mobile wind turbine.
So, from an agricultural perspective, how are they actually using the turbine then?
Well, so agriculture, they use power. And a lot of times when you're dealing with agriculture, these are great big, plots of land to grow the crops or whatever they're involved with, which means one, a lot of them are moving to electrified farm equipment. Two, it's common to have power needs in remote parts of their properties. And so we have the ability to generate clean power on site and wherever on their property that they might need it. So again, generators and grid power are going to be very popular at these sites. And so we just represent an opportunity to offset some of those dirtier forms of energy with a clean alternative that's also likely going to be lower cost.
Yeah, so you're helping them sort of hit their targets. I think it's like 2035 or something. Agriculture has got to hit a certain target within the US now as well.
Sure, you've got government mandates on this, and then you've got a lot of these companies that have implemented their own corporate policies for even more aggressive targets than what the government is requiring.